Is this the ultimate tool roll for your Harley Sportster, or is it just a bunch of tools that belong in the trash? Have you ever wondered what would be in the ultimate tool roll for a Harley Sportster? Well, I have, and after planning on doing some long trips, I realised I needed to put a tool roll together that would cover me on a lot of bases of breakdown scenarios. So after days of scouring the internet and chatting in online communities and forums, I've come up with a selection of tools that is going to cover me in most scenarios. I'll cover all the tools that are necessary on a long trip, and I'll also give you a price breakdown of what it's cost me. Plus, I'll even add in a few things that you might not have even thought about. So already having a couple of tools in mind, I started my search for the most essential tools for a Harley Davidson Sportster, and this is what I've come up with. First of all, you're going to need yourself a tool roll. Now, I've picked mine up off Amazon for about $27. You can go more expensive, but just keep in mind, the more expensive you go with the tool roll, the more disappointed you're going to be if you lose tools or it even gets stolen off your bike. So first of all, I've got myself a set of pointy nose pliers. Now, I didn't have a spare set laying around, so I went to the hardware store and just got the cheapest ones I could find. And these ones were $5.99. Now, the next thing I've got here are 2 screwdrivers. So I've got a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver, because you never know when they're going to come in handy. The next thing I have in here is a ratchet and an extension bar. Good to pack a spare extension bar just for those hard to reach places if you've got one. And to go with the ratchet, I've got the sockets as well. So for this one, I've packed a 10mm socket, I've packed a 7/16, a 3/8, packed 1/2 inch. I had a spare socket set laying in the boot of my car, so I've taken that out because I've never used it and I probably never will. And I've sacrificed those tools for this tool roll here. Now the next thing I've got, a singular 10mm spanner. Once again, I had that one laying around the garage, so I threw that in. Now the first thing, apart from the tool roll that I did purchase, were these spanners. So it came in a kit of 5. These are just a cheap brand, and the whole set of 5 here cost me $6.98. So I've got a 5/8, I have a 6/16, I've got a 1/2 inch, I've got a 7/16, and right down the end here, I have a 3/8 as well. Now, moving to the other side, another thing I didn't have spare were some Allen's keys. Now these came in a bundle, and I know I'm not going to use all of them, but I decided to throw it in there because it only cost me $3.99. The next thing, I actually had to purchase this as well, is just a set of torque bits. Now this one cost me $9.99 from my local hardware store as well, and as you can see, they all sort of bundle up and fit perfect. Next thing I put in, because you never know when you're going to break down, could be day or night, I've put in a flashlight and some spare batteries. Once again, I had the batteries laying around the house, and I had the little flashlight laying around the house as well, so that cost me nothing. Now in this next pocket here, I've got a little bit of Loctite. Once again, had that laying around the garage. I think they were only about $10 to $15, brand new. In this pocket here, I've got a few cable ties, just in case. Now one thing I did forget to show you, a couple of little hose clamps as well. So I've got 2 of them, and they just fit in one of these socket slots as well, so they fit in there nice and snug. One thing that I will put in here is my emergency contact details. Now, worst case scenario, you come off your bike. If someone goes through this tool roll trying to find some information, if you've lost your wallet or whatever, at least they'll be able to find your emergency contact details as well and get in touch with them. And one of the last things is a little bit of duct tape as well. Now these are just some of the basics that I've put in my tool roll. If you happen to have more room, there are a few more things that I'd recommend putting in, such as extra spark plugs, spare fuses, and some 14 gauge wire plus soldering equipment, just if you need to do something with the electricals. Now with all these tools in your tool roll, it should cover you for most basic breakdown scenarios. Now for the whole price of the tool roll, keeping in mind that I have added tools that I had spare laying around the garage, the total cost of the tool roll has come to $57.93. So with your tool roll ready to go, strap it to your bike and hit the roads. If there's anything that I've forgotten to put in this tool roll or something that you've put in, please let me know in the comments below so I can throw it in mine. And like always, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.